Hi guys, and welcome to this very important lecture about title animation and track mattes. Okay, remember that when we do animation here, the only choice we had to get the text inside the comp is to take it from outside to inside, and left, right, center, whatever it happens, or we use opacity to make it appear. But what happens if I want the text to appear from within the composition, meaning just in the middle? You notice how the text is appearing just from the line here. How do I do that? And most of the animations will require something like this, not always from the outside. Another example is this very simple title animation. And notice how simple title and animation are really coming from just in between here. For this technique, we use what we call track mattes. Track mattes or mattes are layers that could be shape layers, PSD layers, any kind of layers that will affect the transparency or will work on the transparency or will work on the alpha channel. Remember our alpha channel? It was over here. And we say we want to look at the alpha channel, and what we see now, everything that is white is completely non-transparent, and everything that is black is completely transparent. In between, if you have grays, it means it is halfway transparent or it has a level of transparency. Now, mattes will affect and will work with this alpha channel. In this lecture, we are going to study the basic concept of matte or track mattes. And then later on in the course, you will see more and more examples and you will really understand how the alpha channel and matte can work. So we wanted to go back to RGB, that's the first thing. And we want our simple text to appear in this fashion over here. Let's go to popping text 2, and here we have absolutely nothing. There are no keyframes. I want motion graphics to appear from the line here. Look at it, how we want it to happen. It just appears from the line. Cool. How do I do that? I will return to popping text. There are three buttons here. One is expand or collapse the layer switch pan. This is the layer switch pan. You see, you can see it here. You can expand it, make it smaller. If you de-highlight this one, then they will disappear. If you highlight it, you click on it, they will appear. These are the switches. Another switch that's very important here is expand or collapse the transfer controls pan. If I click it, then you will see we have three transform pans: the mod, the transparency, and the track matte. What I would like you to do is to come and make sure expand or collapse the transfer control pans is highlighted. Notice the track matte option. First, there is nothing on the first layer. That is because track matte always work on the layer above. So for essential, you have the option for track matte because there is a layer above. But obviously, you're not going to use motion graphics. Then if you click on it, you will find out you have alpha matte, alpha inverted, luma matte, luma inverted. In this lecture, we are going to focus on the alpha matte. The rest will become pretty easy. To create a matte, I will use a rectangle. Click on my rectangle tool, come to the fill, make sure the fill is a solid color, and make sure the fill is a white color. That is for your convenience. You can use any other color, but preferably use white. I'll click OK. I will draw a rectangle above motion graphics, just above it, just like this. Now, I will try to put the anchor point in a decent place, let's say in the middle. Now I have a shape layer 1. I will rename that shape layer 1 to call it matte for motion graphic. Cool. So it's very good to rename it because now I know this is a matte for motion graphic and there will be another matte for essential training. I will twirl it up and come to motion graphics and choose the option from track matte to alpha matte. What happened? It means that whenever this layer is within the matte, it will appear. Whenever this layer is outside the matte, it will disappear. That's pretty cool. Let's go and take this layer and put it outside the matte. Notice how it is disappearing. And that's pretty convenient and pretty beautiful, by the way. Cool. Let's undo. Now I have set my matte. I will animate the motion graphics. Note that you have a shape layer here and it's invisible. By the way, it became invisible because you don't want to see it. And then you can animate it the way you want. It has all the animation. Always create your mattes, in my opinion, with a shape layer. Do not create them with solid layer unless you're working with images and videos. let's animate the motion graphic. I will open position, keyframe the position, and then come after 1 second and keyframe it again. Cool. Now, in the beginning, I don't want motion to appear at all. I want it to be hidden. This is its matte, and I want to take it out of the matte to hide it. Very simple. I click on it, press shift to take it down, and I will take it very simply just over here. Now notice my matte is not very beautiful because it's showing on the orange line. But nevertheless, I will take it down a bit. Okay, I can come and adjust my matte. It's just a shape layer, so I'll make it smaller, or maybe like this, and move it up. Okay, just put it over here. If I scrub through my animation, you notice that the text is coming up through position and only visible in the matte, and that's pretty cool. If you reduce here and then come and run it, now your text can come from anywhere within your composition. Fine, let's do another one for essential training. I will deselect everything, and it's important, otherwise you will be creating masks. We will see that later. I will create another matte for essential training. Now I'm gonna be a bit more precise and click and do something like this. In fact, I have to take it up, right? So I press the space bar and take it up over here. Okay, that's our matte. I'm gonna rename it. I will say matte, and this is for essential training, for example. That will work. I will take the layer from here and put it above essential training. I will go to the layer of the text or the layer I want to track matte, then I will give it alpha matte. So now it appears only when it is within the track matte. Notice? Cool. We already seen this. Fine. I will open position. Come after 1 second. I will use K here to jump and keyframe the position. Come in the beginning. Hold my text layer. Press shift and take it outside. Okay. I put the matte wrongly. Cool, guys? Fine. I will come to this one and just take it down to over here. Actually, there is no alignment you can use here, but that's okay. If I run my animation now, notice how my text is coming from the line. And this is how you use track matte. It's pretty easy and extremely powerful. Now, what makes it more powerful is your imagination, your sense of humor, your own character, and you can do lovely things. Let's create an animation for the line, for example, just to complete everything. We open scale, we keyframe the scale at 0%. Okay, the anchor point is just in the middle. I press enter and then go half a second later and make it 100%. It's opening nicely. Cool. And then I will come to these two layers, the motion and the essential. These are the layers that have keyframes. I don't need to move the matte layers because they are not animated. So I'll move this one to the inside. Cool. Let's run an animation and see what's happening. Pretty nice. Let's put it at 100%. Okay, the line went too big. Let's arrange it. Let's go to it and make it 100%. Cool. Now let's run our animation. And here you are. You have created your first animation with matte. Now let's make it a bit nicer. Press F9. Always do that. Never skip it. Let's make it come in very slowly. Press shift here and take these keyframes and push them far. Okay, extend our area and we look at it. Let's see what's happening. Cool. You have done an animation that is very nice and very useful with track matte. In the next lecture, we are going to do another animation with track matte. Instead of using the alpha matte, we are going to use the alpha inverted. See you in the next lecture.